So we're going to give this a few hits. It's not moving. The reason we have the nut on here is to protect the threads. So if it doesn't move, the next thing we're going to do is put a wrench on this end of it and try and spin it. We're going to keep going until it either spins or breaks. Either way, we either want it to start turning or we want the head to break right off of this bolt. I'm going to put this upper control arm in, line it up. Might have to wiggle it around to get the bolt to go through. Once the bolt's through, you can start tightening it. Before you torque it down all the way, make sure it's level with this one, not down here, not up here. That'll make sure our inner bushing stays in good shape. You're going to just tighten them back up, and then you'll be all set on the front. We'll move to the back one. I've set the control arm so the ends are level with each other. Now I'm going to finish tightening with the ratchet. What I'm doing now is taking a large hammer and just lightly tapping on the top of this control arm in order to push it down into the spindle. Once I get it in far enough, I'll be able to put the pinch bolt in. Control arm is tightened up on the outside. Now we need to line up this pinch bolt up here. Sometimes you got to smack this around a little bit. Don't be afraid to use a screwdriver to pry it into place. The bolt that we push forward and into the sway bar housing needs to come through this. What happens sometimes when we tighten this is that as I move the wrench, the entire ball joint is moving, so the nut isn't getting any tighter. What we're going to do is catch just the edge of the ball joint with a jack, and then lightly jack up on it. We don't need to take up a lot of load, just until the suspension starts to move. Now that that's happened, we can start to tighten this, and the load on it will keep it from spinning. Again, this sometimes happens when you're tightening this bolt or nut. Sometimes it happens when you're loosening this nut. A little bit of load on the bottom with the jack will keep the stud from spinning, and now we can tighten this down.